Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big, weird, wild world out there, folks, and here we stand. Al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob, and you're listening to...
The Promo Show!
Good afternoon, boys and girls. Here we are with a Promo Show After Dark edition. Why After Dark? Because I've been ill. I've had the man flu. Yeah, I've been ill. I've been sat on my bed for the last 2 days. When I say bed, I mean sofa. I've been sat on my sofa for the last 2 days watching shows about gold mining in Alaska because I am a middle-aged man. But yeah, I'm starting to feel. I think I've crossed the threshold now. I'm starting to feel a little better. Although you may hear in my voice a little croakiness still. We're getting there, friends. Firstly, I just want to say a big hello to all the guys joining me in the live audience right here on twitch.tv/professional bohemian. Chusky, Carmen, Eugene, Vero, Nuriatam, The Bridge. Oh, God. All you guys. Corporate Alligator. You guys are the best. A lot of well wishes for me there. Honestly, guys. Probably if someone like even 10% tougher had have gotten ill, they would have been fine. But sadly, I am who I am. No, I have been quite ill. I had a temperature and everything, but I'm feeling better. KNDY's here. Got to catch another stream. Yeah, KND, this week we're going to do evening shows all week. Particularly for my friends that are in places where it's hard to catch me in the mornings. It is Christmas. I am on holiday. Why not take advantage? A lot of good wishes, well wishes. Eugene's joining us all the way from Russia. He says he's going to have minus 30 degrees. Jeez Louise. At that point, your balls just kind of shrivel up into your tonsils. That's not a temperature for humans, man. Okay, let me tell you something, guys. I have been ill, but I have thoroughly tortured the elves today, and boy did they give us a great show. Let me tell you, in today's 100 Humans, I asked them what modern technology can most people simply not live without. ¿De qué tecnología moderna no puede prescindir la mayoría de la gente? Oh, I feel like I screwed up the pronunciation. I'd have the nacho. What do you want from me? Nivelazo from Nuria.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
KND says, reach -4 here. Finally had to take the shorts off. Oh, dude. You're like me. When I'm not ill and I'm feeling good, I will go outside. Like, I will go to work in a t-shirt while everybody else is dressed like it's a blizzard outside. I'm English. Whatever. Poor elves, I shudder to think, says the Bridge. Bridge, they like the torture. They do. My balls are all right, says Eugene. Oh. Okay. Sorry, it's because we've had we're going late. It's an after dark edition. We can be a little bit more racy today. In today's Complete the News, we'll find out what the Washington Post is worried about. Yes, the Washington Post, in a recent editorial, expressed worry about something. Están preocupados. Oh. Wow. And today's unpopular opinion. It's a good one. It's a good one because I think we all agree on this one. However, if you look into, if you take a little dive into popular culture or just simply doom scroll a little on social media, it doesn't bear out. Technology, friends. Technology solves more problems than it causes. So I had a little conversation with one of our listeners via Instagram, and they were saying, "Oh, you know, this AI, we're all going to be unemployed. It's going to create the end of the world." And I said, you know, it could be that you lose your job, but it's possible that if the AI will cure the illness that you won't die of, you know. So I think we're a little bit kind of maybe overly concerned with technology. So I just want to posit the question or the idea today that technology solves more problems than it causes. That's today's unpopular opinion, coming up in just a little bit. As you know, on these After Dark shows, I tend not to worry too much about the timing, so we may go a little over today. All right, so let's see. Let's get into some news, shall we? I'm here, you're here. Let's figure out what's going on in the world. This is for all of you grumps. Grump, I don't know how you say grump. To be grumpy is to be gruñón in Spanish, right? For all those you grumps like me, this is from Neuroscience News. Optimism is linked to poor decision making and lower cognitive skills. El optimismo se relaciona con la mala toma de decisiones y una menor capacidad cognitiva. We all have that friend, don't we? Don't pretend you don't. And by the way, if you don't have that friend, you are that friend. We all have that friend. You know, you gotta look on the bright side of life. Everything's just so wonderful. Well, there is scientific proof to say that those people are just a little dumber than the rest of us. Let's get into this article from Neuroscience News. By the way, guys, if you want to check out any of the news items that we do on today's show, you can go and check those out on my Patreon. You can join that for free every week. I have a couple of the shows up there for free, so you can enjoy the VODs. Go join. You can join it for free now. Why wouldn't you? So here we go. The article from Neuroscience News titled "Optimism Linked to Poor Decision-Making and Lower Cognitive Skills" discusses a study revealing that an excessive optimism can lead to poor decision-making, especially in financial matters. So if you've got one of those always on the bright side friends, don't lend them money. Don't do it. So we've got excessive optimism is linked to lower cognitive skills like verbal fluency. That was a bad time to screw up that phrase, wasn't it? Fluid reasoning and numerical reasoning and memory. Overly optimistic individuals tend to make risky financial decisions, resulting in high consumption debt and business failures. And people with higher cognitive ability are more realistic and sometimes pessimistic, leading to better decision-making in crucial situations. People accuse me of being a little pessimistic, and I always make the argument I'm not. I'm either realistic, I'm either being realistic or I'm cautious. There's a difference. There's a real difference, am I right? Let's see what people are saying here. Gruñones, says the bridge. I'm glad you recognized yourself, Rob. I am a gruñon. I'm grumpy. You practically get grumpiness with the British passport. KNDY says, tech I can't do without. Ooh, for the second half of the show, KND. No spoilers. Carmen says Schopenhauer rules. Optimism equals dumb people, says Nuria Tam. Well, have I conditioned you guys over the last couple of years of this show to just hate? Like, didn't we do an unpopular opinion about this? About toxic positivity is a real problem. I am that friend. I'm fine being a dumbo. I'm happy to, says the bridge. Well, here we go. Positive people, they may make worse decisions, but are they ultimately happier? I think they might be. I think there's truth to the phrase, ignorance is bliss, right? Not to say that positive people are ignorant. That's, you guys can come to your own conclusions. Anyway. A pessimist is well-informed optimist, says Vero. Wow, I love that.
That gets the provost stamp of approval.
It's true. It's hard to be kind of constantly positive, isn't it? When you just open up every kind of news article and it's just like, we're all gonna die. Oh, well, at least we're not dead now. Poor decision making. Let's see. Amen, says Carmen. Optimism is just a lack of information, says Eugene. A pessimist is a well-informed optimist. Vero, you're going to get 2. Well done.
That gets the provost stamp of approval.
When you are so optimistic, you are only looking at one side of the coin. True story, Chusking. The bridge here says, I'm not in charge of the decisions and my verbal fluency is fine. I can attest to that. I can attest to that. By the way, if you're one of the podcast listeners, do join us live on a few programs. I know there's thousands of you out there. It would be nice to see more of you. Okay, so there you go. The study conducted by the University of Bath. Yeah, it had to be in England, didn't it? It's like so on brand for a British university. You know what, gents? We're these positive people. They're just dumb, aren't they? Analysed data from over 36,000 UK households. It found that those with higher cognitive abilities were 22% more likely to be realistic and 35 less likely to be optimistic about their financial future. The research suggests that while optimism is a common human trait, it can negatively impact decision-making, particularly in situations involving risk and uncertainty. The study's lead, Dr. Chris Dawson, emphasizes the need for balance between optimism and realism, especially in financial planning. There you go. Is that not like the most obvious thing? Is that what universities are studying? You know, there could be another goddamn outbreak of some weird disease because some guys ingested another bat. You know, can we get scientists between you and I? I think there are better uses for your time, friends. Next study out of the University of Bath. The sky is blue. Okay, anyway, let's get into the next piece of news. Let's get into some AI news. Why the hell not? I've neglected a bit of AI. I've been a bit burnt out myself. I consume so much news about it. After the whole debacle at OpenAI and Sam Altman, I took a step back. But here's I did come upon a great editorial piece by Business Insider, a publication we come back to quite a lot on this show. So this article from Business Insider discusses the impact of artificial intelligence on workplace productivity. It's called AI is the Great Equalizer. AI is the Great Equalizer. La IA es el gran ecualizador. I wish my pronunciation wasn't so weird. La IA es el gran ecualizador. Someone says I sound cute in Spanish. Let me tell you something. As a man, cute is not something you're ever aiming for. Yes, says the bridge. Yes, says Nuria Tam. Thank you, guys.
¿Será posible? Vaya nivelazo.
You're too kind. As always, balance is the point, says Chusky. Bath, nice place, says the bridge. I agree. It is a beautiful part of the UK. So this study tells me I'd rather be happy and dumb than smart and sad. Or smart and rich, maybe. Corporate alligator. The bridge. I remember a trip to Bath via Stonehenge and the White Horse. God, if that's the name of a pub, I would hasten to say there are about 1,000 pubs called the White Horse in the UK. Eugene here says, there are thousands of people, but we are the only warriors. Amen to that.
That gets the Provost stamp of approval.
You guys are the only warriors, man. The stream is like the best kept secret. There are thousands of people downloading the podcast who miss out on all this fun. The bridge here says, Anglos talking Spanish tend to have a cute twang to them. As a dude, you're never shooting towards cute. You're not dangerous occasionally. You're not sexy, handsome, never cute. You know, cute is a butterfly. Anyway, whatever. I'm perpetuating stereotypes here, folks. It's never a good look. Okay, the article from Business Insider discusses the impact of artificial intelligence on productivity and job performance, focusing on how AI tools like ChatGPT are affecting different skill levels among workers. Key findings from various studies indicate that artificial intelligence significantly boosts productivity, especially for lower skilled workers, while having less impact on or even hindering high performers. This trend that's scary news for me because I considered myself a high performer and I use ChatGPT all the time at work. Maybe I'm not as high performing. It doesn't hinder me at all. It only makes me more productive. This trend is evident across various fields, including creative writing, office tasks, coding, management, consulting, law, and call center work. AI's ability to level the playing field in the workplace is seen as a potential force for reducing income inequality. I can't see how they draw that comparison. I can't see how they can draw that comparison. How can it reduce income inequality when that is baked into the corporate structure? You know, your CEO is always going to earn 5, 10, 15, 20 times more than the people lower down the ladder. If you want to reduce income inequality, fire everyone in management, hire a good AI program, and then everyone earns the same. There you go. There you go, comrades. That's from me to you. Anyway, let's continue. So it says it reduces income inequality because it narrows the performance gap between top and bottom performers. Yeah, okay. Now, well, you know, Rob takes a step into the more capitalist side of the argument. Surely, if you are capable of doing more without the help of AI, you deserve more. Let's continue with the article. However, there's also a concern that AI could lead to wage compression, benefiting employers more than employees. The article suggests that AI's role in the workplace could lead to significant changes in hiring practices, salary structures, and the valuation of experience and expertise. That is for sure. I've given advice to maybe, let's say 4 or 5 people in the last year about looking for jobs and opportunities. All of it kind of different, varied advice, except for one thing. The one thing I've said to all of them is put in your curriculum that you are au fait, artificial intelligence and how to use it. ChatGPT, the tools that you use, everything like that. Because that is going to be what employers of the future are looking for. Okay, should we do one more piece of news? I have actually a few here, but let's do this one. Remember we did a report on a recent finding, a mountain full of a rare substance that was used in technology. Well, here we go. There's been another discovery, friends. A struggling California region is suddenly poised to become very, very rich. Imperial County in California, known for its sparse population and landmarks like Salvation Mountain and the Salton Sea, is on the brink of an economic transformation due to its rich lithium reserves, essential for battery production. This region, often associated with poverty, has been identified as sitting on an estimated 3,400 kilotons of lithium, a source in high demand for electric vehicle batteries. Yeah. This smacks to me of the gold rush in the 1800s, the late 1800s, where people rushed north to Alaska, even California, in search of the gold boom. And we're seeing it play out again in real time with these rare earth metals, lithium and things like that. We're seeing it play out real time in our lifetimes. I think this is fascinating. I know that not all of you enjoy these pieces of news, but like history is like a record needle that skips, and if you're paying close enough attention, you can see it happening again. And this is one of those things. Right here, a remote part of Southern California is about to become the center of a new gold rush, but in this case, a lithium rush. The extraction process, expected to begin in 2025, involves complex geothermal wells and poses environmental challenges, particularly concerning water usage from the Colorado River, which is crucial for local agriculture and the Salton Sea preservation. That will be a real challenge for everyone, right? As water reserves dry up. I mean, it's certainly becoming a problem here in Spain. Let's see what the chat is saying before we move on to the unpopular opinion today. Can AI choose by itself, or he or she wants to be, if they want to be good or bad? As long as AI is not conscious about itself, I wouldn't worry too much, says Chusky. Yeah. I mean, I think people worry because there is an ability now to extend your productivity beyond what just one person should be able to do. Then that's what makes these tools so terrifying, because it makes a lot of the workforce all of a sudden irrelevant. If 2 people can start doing the job of 10, just like has happened in car factories, in supermarket checkouts, all over since the Industrial Revolution, we've seen technology displace workers. And it's just another way that that's going to happen, Chusky. The bridge, that's what you get, Rob. Sorry. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I probably deserved it. Yeah, but Muhammad Ali once said, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. The hands can't hit what the eyes can't see.
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
Okay, the bridge. Your elves help, Rob. It seems they understand how to manage their AI. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't use AI bridge. I have elves. The Probo Show, powered by elves. Always will be. Chusky says, come on, humans, wake up. We can't depend on lithium because someday it will finish. Why are humans so short-sighted? Yeah, there's a... you know what? Why not?
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
Yeah, I mean, you're quite right. I mean, and there'll be no mining endeavor that isn't in some way kind of perilous to the planet. Are we kind of causing short-term harm for something that will eventually just lead to be the next kind of great depression? Oh, all that lithium. Now all the fish are dead. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe the answer is out there in like hydrogen power or things or other things. I hear there are other cleaner ways to store energy. I don't know. But until that happens, it seems like the next boom is in energy, renewable energy, which is a great thing. But then storing that energy seems to be in the short term using this kind of power. On that note, friends, let's move on to today's unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion.
Okay, because that's a good point. Like, oh, lithium, really? Eventually we're going to run out. At some point we will. He's right about that. All right. Yeah, and I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. It seems like, you know, this is oh God, here we go, comrades. This is the biggest problem. You can't, with a capitalist model, you can't create a system of, a political system, a system of living based on finite resources. Growth cannot go on forever. Am I right, comrades? Anyway, let's continue. Just drink whiskey, not water, says Eugene. At least you'll keep warm, says Pharaoh. Yeah, true story. It's just a matter of time that someday tech will do all the human work. So why don't we just accept it and start enjoying the free time we will have if we don't work? Well, that's a great point. And ideally, that's what it would be. But in the short term, I have a feeling a lot of people will suffer. You know, I feel like that's just the way it's going to be in every aspect of business. If a business can save more money, it will, to the detriment of its people, right? Oh no, it won't do that, really. You know, when all the manufacturing jobs left the West and went to developing countries, putting huge swaths of people out of work, causing massive economic damage to families. Did General Motors care? Did Zara care? The clothing store Zara, when it moved all its production from Spain to developing countries? Did it care about all the people it made unemployed? Or did all the people in the boardroom congratulate each other on saving so much money for them and their shareholders? Food for thought, friends. So while we're on that pessimistic note with regards to technology, here's today's unpopular opinion. Technology solves more problems than it causes. La tecnología resuelve más problemas que los causa. Interesting. As always, I thoroughly tortured the elves. They gave me some pros and cons, and we're going to get into those right now. So in the pro column, agreeing with the statement that technology solves more problems than it causes. Technology has revolutionized healthcare from advanced diagnostic tools to telemedicine. It has made treatments more effective, surgeries safer, and healthcare more accessible, significantly improving overall life expectancy and quality of life. It's hard to argue that, isn't it? It's hard to argue that. Like, the AI that will put you out of work will probably create a cure for a disease you haven't caught yet. Let's continue. Internet and digital media have democratized access to information. Learning resources, educational platforms, and online libraries make knowledge accessible to vast global audience, breaking down barriers in education. True story. Like, we will never have an impact into our learning abilities in our generation again, like happened with the advent of the internet. Okay, we'll never have that. I think in terms of tools, I think we're experiencing something similar with artificial intelligence now. But in terms of equalizing what is education, I think the internet is the greatest leap in human advancement since the printing press. Both of those things are technology. It equalizes information and access to it for everyone. Okay, let's continue. Communication and connectivity. Advances in communication technology has transformed how we connect with others. Smartphones, social media, video conferencing have made it possible to maintain relationships over vast distances and have been crucial for businesses and personal connections. True story. Like, I can keep up with my family, what they're doing in England, and they can keep up with me, or at least pretend to, via social media, or via, instant messaging, WhatsApp. I can chat to my neighbor next door as easily as I can chat to my mother who lives on a different island. It's crazy. And finally, efficiency and productivity. In the workplace, technology has automated repetitive tasks, streamlined processes, and improved organization, leading to increased productivity and efficiency, allowing humans to focus on more creative and complex tasks. Which is interesting, which is an interesting dichotomy when we look what's happening with AI, right? So historically, a lot of the labor that has been replaced by technology, I'm talking about the car factories and things like that, has been very repetitive labor. I mean, now technology is doing all the creative shit that I like to do. It's writing poetry and creating pieces of art. And we're the ones stuck in offices doing crap. Come on, what's happening? What's happening? Technology, go home, you drunk. But that said, none of the things in that pro column can be argued, right? Let's get into the cons. Saying that no, technology causes real problems that it's not solving or it isn't capable of solving. So here we go. Number one, with the advent of digital technology, data privacy has become a major concern. True story, right? We actually, it's so much of a concern for me, we actually did a whole series of shows with regards to privacy. So here we go, let's continue. The collection and potential misuse of personal information by corporations and governments pose significant risks to individual privacy and autonomy. The convenience of technology, especially smartphones and the internet, has led to a dependency that can border on addiction, impacting mental health and interpersonal relationships. True story. Modern relationships, well, I'm talking about romantic relationships or even friendships in some aspects, have not been helped by technology. I'm convinced of it. I have suffered in relationships because, I've had a presence on social media. It's why I use my personal social media accounts so infrequently now. I've just lost the taste for it. And then those people who just cannot get through the day without just checking their phone, doom scrolling their feeds, handing over their privacy for that little dopamine hit, that little like. Oh, God. And then if you have a private project, the fact that you have to be involved in these things, instead of just, being able to create, it's the way you get your message out there. And sometimes it's just so prevalent, too prevalent in our society. Let's continue. So job displacement, something we've already spoken about on this show and at greater lengths in previous shows. Automation and artificial intelligence have led to job displacement in various sectors. While they create new jobs in tech, they also make certain skills obsolete, posing challenges for the workforce. And finally, the environmental impact. The production, this is what Chusky was talking about earlier. The production, usage, and disposal of technological devices have significant environmental impacts. E-waste, the energy consumption of data centers, and the extraction of rare earth metals and elements for electronics are growing environmental concerns. And there's another one that the elves haven't even mentioned here. Water. The amount of water that is used in cooling data centers and things like that. And let's face it, one of the biggest crises we're about to face is a shortage of drinking water. It's going to happen, friends. So there you go. Those are your pros and cons. I did ask people on Instagram. So we did conduct a little poll on this just before you guys, the decision makers, make your opinion known. So I said on Instagram, technology solves more problems than it causes. And Instagram said 68% true. But only 68%. And let's face it, friends, I'm not talking to you right now using smoke signals. When I had a sore throat, I didn't go outside and rub eucalyptus leaves all over my skin. You know, I relied on technology, and guess what? I'm still alive here today. So, on that note, friends, I'm going to leave you to vote. You guys are going to tell me. You've heard a bunch of opinions, and as Grandpa Bo used to say, opinions, they're like buttholes. Everyone has one, they all stink. I see all your comments there in the audience. I will get to those right after the break, but first you have to vote. Does technology solve more problems than it causes? Friends, so many things you could have been doing today. Instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world. I'll see you in a few minutes.
The Promo Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. How are you doing out there? Big hello to all my people joining me live in the audience. A ton of you there today. A lot of comments to get through. And big special thank you to all you downloading the podcast. This week's podcasts are all podcast exclusive. You're not going to get them on the radio, just especially for you guys who are supporting me, who download my podcasts. A big thank you. There are over twice as many of you as there were this time last year. And it's seriously, it means the world. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you've just tuned in, what did you miss? We looked at a study from the University of Bath in England, obviously, about optimism and how optimism is linked to poor decision-making and lower cognitive skills. Yes, you're right. There's no spoiler there, is there? Is that what the people at Bath are studying? Really? Yeah, stupid happy people. AI, the great equalizer. We looked at a great article here from Business Insider discussing the impact of AI on productivity in the workplace and how it equals a level field among people at different levels of productivity. My argument being, shouldn't there really be more financial compensation for those who are higher skilled without the use of AI? I think maybe there should be, right? And then we went and we took a very quick look at Imperial County, California, that is set to become very, very rich upon the discovery of 3,400 kilotons of lithium, a substance used in the fabrication of batteries for electric cars, for your mobile phones, for all of it. Then we moved on to today's unpopular opinion, which is a good one today. Technology solves more problems than it causes. The poll is still live if you're joining me live on the show, twitch.com or .tv, /professional bohemian. Let's read some comments here. I also got some comments from people on Instagram. We'll get into those in a second. Let's see. They should try and harness tide mills for electricity power, says the bridge. Yeah, I believe they do, don't they? In some parts of the world, that tidal power is a thing. It's quite popular. Let's see. I think maybe Nessa wrote something. It depends on for who. No. Okay. Let's get back to the chat. I agree, Rob. Capitalism is not the way to go. Am I a bad influence? I think I might be a bad influence. Are we the baddies? Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, there are a lot of ways to run a world, right? Everyone's allowed an opinion. I would agree with you, Chusky. However, you know, when it comes to paying my taxes around tax season, I get awfully capitalistic. Like, really? How much? No, screw the poor people. No, I mean, look. In essence, you know, the idea of the harder you work, the more kind of benefit to you and your family. I am down with that. I am down with capitalism. I really am. However, there are problems in the systems when wells can be produced where a few people are in control of the vast amount of financial resources. And I'm talking about billionaires. If a system can create billionaires, it's broken. Right. And is that maybe the fault of capitalism, or is it maybe the fault of human greed? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe capitalism goes a long way as to feed that greed, but every political system does, doesn't it? It's been shown communism, socialism, you know, centralizing power among a few people. Yeah, maybe the problem is us, friends, and not the political system. There's something to consider. You know, whenever we talk about AI and the dangers of AI, you know, the typical statement comes up like, you know, what if AI decides that the biggest danger to humanity is humanity itself? And people say that as if that's a problem with AI. I'm like, yeah. That's not the AI that's broken, friend. That's us. Anyway, let's continue. Corporate Alligator says, what about AI art? Like, there are now some metal albums made by AI. Who gets the rights? Who gets the money? Great question.
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
Depends on what you use to generate that art. Most of these art generators now will either give you the license or they will say, you know, it's license free as long as you're a paid member, things like that. I think Midjourney works like that if you have if you subscribe at a high enough license. But yes, yeah, I mean, who'd have thought the people to be replaced would be the artists, right? Not all artists, but some. Anyway, let's continue. Vero says, true. The problem is that technology itself is not the technology itself, but the use that people made of it. In many cases, it can even help the user to achieve many things. Yeah, true story. And that's on today's unpopular opinion. Technology solves more problems than it causes. La tecnología resuelve más problemas de lo que causa. That's from Vero. Thank you for that translation.
Vaya nivelazo.
Did the translation elf screw up? Maybe. I love technology, says Eugene. Me too. I'm very pro technology, man. Chusky, if we accept that even the oldest weapon is technology, then it's obvious that humans can't live or evolve much without technology. So in my opinion, it solves more problems. True story. We are so ill-equipped to live on this planet, friends. I mean, we think about humans like we're some big dominating giant. All right. Okay, look. Hand-to-hand combat. You know, there are tons of animals that are just going to bury us under the earth. There is a fine band around this planet that is suitable for us to live technology-free. And then, but if you live where Eugene lives, you're going to die of frostbite if it isn't for technology, or the technology that was involved when we created looms and mills to create clothing to wrap our sensitive bodies to protect us from the cold. We are ill-equipped to live on our own planet, guys. If anything has made us superior beings, it's our ability to create technology. It has solved every single problem we've ever had. So the idea that it's just creating so many problems, technology is evil. it just blows my mind that we're starting to think like that. If anything, as Vero said, or as I said earlier, if anything, if there is a problem, it's us. That we tend to be so easily swayed by pessimistic arguments. I mean, I've spoken at length on this show about discoveries made through AI, medical advancements, the fact that AI has been used to create materials that never existed before. Yet, do those stick in your mind, or does it stick in your mind more the times where I've read articles about, how jobs have been lost and people have been displaced? Of course, because it's just so easy. It's so much more seductive, the negative side, isn't it? I mean, just that you don't have to believe me. Look at any clickbait article, any news source. It's always the negative headlines that get the most clicks, and it's sad, but it's true. Yeah, let's continue. I see my grandson only thanks to technology, says Eugene.
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
Yeah, same here with my family, man. Chusky, running out of drinking water, having the oceans is a proof of how stupid humans are. Well, yeah, desalinization is costly to take salt out of seawater. I lived in the Canary Islands for a while, and most of the tap water comes through desalinization, and it stinks, and it takes a lot of power to do. I think that's the main problem with it. Anyway, Carmen says, "Wow, poor you." I don't know what that's about, but I probably said something stupid. We are being participative thanks to technology, says, yeah, true. Just before we hit the break, I said, thanks for being so participative. That's happening because of technology. Thank you. We've got Conman here joining us all the way from South Africa. How you doing, my dude? Welcome. I'm a fan of the connectivity technology has enabled me to have. How you doing? MJ Symbol says, hi, Probo. How you doing, dude? We're so many warriors because it's an afternoon show. Yeah, I can see that. A lot of warriors here today. I'm very, very thankful. Let's see. There are tide mills here. They used to use them for mills for filling grain. They could now use the power of the tides to produce electricity. Yeah, true story. I mean, look, even the idea of using electricity, even electricity itself, it's all technology, and it's all been a massive boon to us as a species, because if not, we would have all died of hypothermia or just some weird illness, right? It's technology that's kept humanity on a course of success and domination over this planet. Whether you want to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. I only get to see Rob thanks to technology, says Ravdos. You rock, my dude.
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
Chusky says the main problem is that tech is evolving faster than humans' emotions and social evolution. Yeah, that's so true. Tech is farther away than human emotions. Yeah, it's just that our society isn't equipped to deal with it right now. And for us to kind of be on a level where the advance in technology and the job displacement doesn't cause massive problems for us, is that we as a society need to evolve at the same pace. And sadly, we're not. I don't even think we're equipped to. Our politics and our politicians certainly aren't equipped to. Okay. On that note, friends, we should get to the results of this poll today. So I made the statement that technology solves more problems than it causes. La tecnología resuelve más problemas de los que causa. All right. And you guys said 75% true. Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think, most of the people on Instagram agreed as well. But it's weird, right? It's weird. We seem to laud what is natural over what is created synthetically. I would argue that if humans created that technology, it's natural, right? We weren't placed here. We grew with this planet. Chusky says, in fact, I believe humans are the result of tech experiments with DNA. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I appreciate your opinion. Yeah, look, I think it was certainly a lot more common in the past, but it's still like a little bit of a relic of that past, right? The idea that technology is dangerous. Technology v nature, right? It's technology versus nature. No, it's never been that, friends. It's never been that. Don't believe what the movies want to tell you. If anything, technology has only ever been to advance the human species in a way that doesn't result in the eradication of nature. We built houses not to stop the wind, but just so we weren't affected by it. It's never been human v nature. It's never been, technology v nature. It's only ever been a tool to help us. And I think the idea that gets bandied around, the idea that there is kind of a constant moral struggle between what is technological and what is natural, is just some kind of relic of an 80s movie philosophy. And something that I certainly don't buy into. Not in the slightest. Anyway, but you know what, friends? That's just my opinion. And opinions, as Grandpa Bo used to say, are like buttholes. Everyone has one. They all stink, including mine. Let's get on with today's 100 Humans. That was a good one today. 75% true. I would agree with that. There is a little part of me that's like, oh, no, natural. You know what I mean? When I go on holiday, I don't go on holiday to Silicon Valley just to walk around the server farms. No. I go into nature and, get fresh air. I get it. I get why there is this idea of technology is a problem. I just don't subscribe to it 100%. Anyway, so it was a long walk to work this afternoon across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk, I encountered 100 humans, and I asked them all a question. Today's question is, what modern technology can most people not live without? What modern technology can most people not live without? I asked them that question and they gave me their answers. I'm in possession of the top 7 answers right here in the chat. Your job is to identify those top 7 answers. As always, I got a ton of answers on today's Instagram post. My God, a ton. So let's knock at least 10 people out of the running, right? Eugene, Chusky, Ravdos, Nuriatav, MJ Symbol, and The Bridge live in the chat. Vero, Carmen, Mcvia, who else? Anna Kasan, Marino Gomez, Life.17G, Eric, and Yolanda on Instagram also all said a smartphone. Is it there? Of course it is. A smartphone. Okay, we got the obvious answer out of the way. A smartphone, of course it's there. And friends, all of you guys that I just read out, thank you. It's the number one answer. 21 of 100 humans said a smartphone. Okay, let's see. Gemma Resino on Instagram. Gemma Resino is the only one to say this one, except for in our chat where we have, and Pedro from Instagram. These two on the Instagram post, as well as Chusky live in the chat. The Bridge, Ravdos all say the internet. Is the internet there? Of course it is. Well done, guys. 18 of 100 humans said that one. Internet. Well done. All right, let's see. So once you get through the top 2 or 3, gets a little more challenging, doesn't it, friends? Okay, there is one more obvious one. The MJ Symbol says right here. And who else? Anyone else say this one? No one in the chat. I believe Marini Gomez on Instagram said this one. They said computer. A computer. As did MJ Symbol in the live chat. Is a computer there? Modern technology. ¿Qué tecnología moderna no puede prescindir la mayoría de la gente? What modern technology can most people not live without? A computer. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. Third most popular answer with... How many? With 15 of 100 humans saying they can't live without a computer. All right, now we get to the real meat and bones of this one. We've gone through the easy ones. Here we go. Let me read a few of the more obscure ones here that I got on Instagram. Coco Lavanda said, a GPS. A GPS. Great answer. A great answer, GPS. Sadly, not there. But a great answer because, like, cell phone, computer, and internet is everything else. Let's see. Materia Oscura says Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex. If you've never heard of this, this is a material that is like windproof, breathable, waterproof. Gore-Tex. He says he lives in the north of Spain. It's imprescindible. You can't live without it. Is it there? No, it's not. Okay, and that's everyone. That's everyone's answers from Instagram. So thank you, Carmen, Ravdos, Vero, Coco, McVia, Anna Casan, Mari Gomez, Life.G17, Eric, Gemma, Pedro, Yolanda, Materia Oscura. Thank you for participating. Let's turn our attentions now to the chat. All right, here we go. I did see one on here. A vehicle, says Ravdos. A vehicle. Eugene also says his car. His car. Modern technology? Is a car modern technology? 100 humans think so. Well done. 15 of 100 humans said a car, and it's in 4th place. Well done, well done. Ravdos here says a microwave, aka Rob's lifeline. I would literally starve without it. It's true. Without that and my air fryer, I'll be honest, I get more. That air fryer was such good value for me. I literally barely use anything else. Rob's lifeline, salva vidas, what do you say in Spanish? Ooh, translation elf for the win. Is a microwave there? A microwave. So MJ Symbol also said a microwave. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done, guys. Microwave is, in fact, there. It is the 7th most popular answer, with 8 of 100 humans saying a microwave. MJ Symbol says a TV. If you're watching this live, I don't go in order. MJ Symbol said it, but like about 10, 20 answers ago. A TV. Is a TV there? He's the only one to say it. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done, MJ Symbol. Television. 10 of 100 humans said a television is technology most people can't live without. All right, you've just got one more to get. I see dishwasher, washing machine, a radio here from Chusky. They're all good answers, but they're not there. Oh. They were good answers, so you got a round of applause. And then it wasn't there, so you got a whap, whap, whap. Ravdos says, Eugene says porno sites.
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
You know, we as a species were never intended to see that much genitalia. It's done bad things to our mind. So porno sites, good answer, but not there. Air conditioning, says Chusky. Great answer. Ravdos says electricity. None of those are there. This one is a kitchen appliance. It's the place when you're at your hungriest. At least I will go to this. Open it at least 5 times to see that it's empty. Just in case, you know, things will materialize in there. It uses electricity. It's a kitchen appliance. Chusky has an answer. MJ Symbol has an answer. Ravdos has an answer. They all say, the bridge has an answer. They all say a fridge, a refrigerator. Vero as well. Is it there? Yes, it is. Well done. You did it, guys. You got through the whole list with only one clue. It's not often we get to do that. All right, so there we go. I asked 100 humans to name the top 7 things, pieces of modern technology that people can't live without. In position number 7, we had we had a microwave, microondas. Sorry, I didn't prepare the translation elf for these answers. Microondas, I think is right though. A microwave. Well done. In position number 6, we had a television. Televisión. Tele. In Spanish dice TV. TV. That was there. 10 of 100 humans said that. In position number 5, a frigorifico, una nevera, a fridge, a refrigerator. Well done, guys. In position number 4, we had a car, a coche. In position number 3, we had a computer, un ordenador. In position number 2, el internet, the internet, obviously. And finally, in position number 1, we had a smartphone, or, a mobile phone, cell phone. I would have accepted any of those answers. Well done, guys. You did it. Something you can take a look. Definitely porn sites, I guess, says MJ Symbol. It seems we're techie people, says The Bridge. I think all the kitchen's items are a must. Yeah, true story. Dude, my dishwasher, man. I want to nominate that thing for a Nobel Prize. I heard it through the grapevine, says the Symbol. All right, then. Here we go, guys. Let's move on to the final thing for today, which is Complete the News.
Complete the news.
Okay, we have to move quick through this one, but it is a good one, my friends. Today's Complete the News. How does this work? It's very simple. I'll give you a real news headline, but I will leave out some important information. Your job in the chat is to complete the news. I'll give you three clues. You have to pick which one's correct. If you're one of those people that haven't participated much in the show, this is your moment, because all you have to write is A, B, or C. So here we go. The Washington Post is very worried that American women don't want to marry blank. Al Washington Post le preocupa mucho que las mujeres estadounidenses no quieren casarse con blank. Is the answer A, American men? That American women don't want to marry American men. Is it B, human men? Hombres humanos. Or is it C, Trump supporters? Partidarios de Trump. A, B, or C? The Washington Post is very worried that American women don't want to marry blank. Is it A, American men? Hombres americanos estadounidenses. Is it B, human men? Hombres humanos. Or C, Trump supporters? Partidarios de Trump. A, B, or C? It would actually be very funny if it weren't a multiple choice, as simple.
That gets the Probo stamp of approval.
A little from column A, a little from column B. Marriage is a problem in itself, says Chusky. All right, here we go. So it seems to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems to be most people are saying C here. C. A few saying A. No one said B, human men. Okay, so most of you say C. Let's see if you're right. Okay. The Washington Post is very worried. This, by the way, coming from dailykos.com. So the Washington Post is very worried that American women don't want to marry. The answer is C, Trump supporters. Well done, guys. No fooling you. What would Nacho say? Nacho would have said C, probably. What about American human Trump supporters? All right, so yeah, this article from Daily Kos discusses a Washington Post editorial. If attitudes don't shift, A political dating mismatch will threaten marriage. The editorial highlights the growing political polarization in the United States, particularly focusing on how it affects romantic relationships and marriage. All right, my friends, there you go. That was today's show. Thank you so much for joining us today. You guys were a lot of fun. I'll be back again tomorrow for another afternoon show. Thank you so much. All right, guys, so many things you could have been doing this afternoon. Instead of doing those things, you took the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world. I'll see you all next time.